very pretty teacher was concerned with one of her male 12-year-old students. Taking him aside after class one day, she asked, "Peter, why has your schoolwork been so poor lately?" "I'm in love," Peter replied. Holding back the urge to smile, the teacher asked, "With whom?" "With you," he said. "But, Peter," she said gently, "don't you see how silly that is? Yes, it's true that I would like a husband of my own some day, but I don't want a child." "Oh, don't worry," Peter said reassuringly. "I'll use a condom. I just got attacked by 6 dwarfs. Not happy. Movie ratings explained. G, nobody gets the girl. PG, the good guy gets the girl. R, the bad guy gets the girl. X, everybody gets the girl. I've combined a laxative and alphabet soup. I'm calling it Let Her Rip. Now, if A is for apple and B is for banana, then what is C for?" Plastic explosives. 3 patients in a mental institution prepare for an examination given by the head psychiatrist. If the patients pass the exam, they'll be free to leave the hospital. However, if they fail, the institution will detain them for 5 more years. The doctor takes the 3 patients to the top of a diving board, looking over an empty swimming pool. He asks the first patient to jump. The first patient jumps head first into the pool and breaks both his arms. Then the second patient jumps and breaks both their legs. The third patient looks over to the side and refuses to jump. "Congratulations, you're a free man. Now, just tell us why you didn't jump," asked the doctor. To which the third patient answered, "Well, Doc, I can't swim. You got 2 potatoes standing on a corner. How do you know which one's the prostitute?" "'Cause it has a sticker on it that says, Idaho." What do dentists call their x-rays? Toothpicks. My wife was starting to get very irritated with me for my addiction to the Monkees memorabilia. I thought she was just joking around. But then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. From the great show Cheers, which had a character that used his actual real name, Woody Harrelson. "Woody, can I pour you a beer, Mr. Peterson?" "A little early, isn't it, Woody?" "For a beer?" "No, for stupid questions." If everyone grows up with high self-esteem, who's gonna dance at the strip clubs? Here I sit, all broken-hearted. I tried to shit, but I only farted. Then one day I took a chance. I tried to fart and shit my pants. I don't always use Skype, but when I do, I mostly just watch myself in the corner. Does your asshole ever get jealous of all the shit that comes out of your mouth? Did you hear the Goo-Goo Dolls and Lady Gaga are going on tour together? Yeah, they're calling it the Goo-Goo Gaga tour. What did the Newlywed Princess find out on her honeymoon? Not all rulers are 12 inches. I don't always but when I do, what goes ooh? A cow with no lips. If the stork is the bird that brings babies, what is the bird that prevents babies? The swallow. A beautiful woman loved growing tomatoes, but she just couldn't seem to get her tomatoes to turn red. One day, while taking a stroll around the neighborhood, she came upon a gentleman who had the most beautiful garden full of huge red tomatoes. The woman asked the gentleman, "How do you get your tomatoes to get so red?" The gentleman responded, "Well, twice a day I stand in front of my tomato garden naked in my trench coat and I flash them. So my tomatoes turn red from blushing so much." Well, the woman was so impressed she decided to try to do the same thing to her tomato garden to see if it would work too. So twice a day for 2 weeks she flashed her garden hoping for the best. One day the gentleman was passing by and asked the woman, "By the way, how did you make out? Did your tomatoes turn red?" "No, they didn't," she replied. "But my cucumbers are enormous." Hey, autocorrect! Quit Tampering with my curse words, you mother forklift. You said you'd karaoke Whitesnake with me, but you lied, so here I go again on my own. My most favorite thing about Facebook is not having an account. I don't always use a spatula, but when I do, it leaves little welts on her ass. Just because I love you at one point in life, it doesn't mean I will always love you. Who am I over here, Whitney Houston? I don't always plot a murder at 3 a.m., but when I do, it's because I can't sleep through all the damn snoring. Sometimes people ask me why I don't have any tattoos, so I tell them. Have you ever seen a bumper sticker on a Ferrari? What's Israel's favorite martial arts style? Jiu-Jitsu. The other day, my friend texted me saying, "Bro, I have 2 pieces of bad news for you." I told him to combine them. He replied with, "Okay, your girlfriend is cheating on both of us." I don't always go on Maury, but when I do, I am not the father. The Mexican words of the day. Chicken wing. My wife plays the lottery, so chicken wings some money. July. You told me you love me, but you lied to me. Cashew. I'll cash you outside, how about that? Jewish. My carnalito has to drive my carro, and I say Jewish. What 2 things in the air get a girl pregnant? Her legs. 50 Shades of Grey is romantic only because the guy's a billionaire. If he was living in a trailer down by the river, it would be a Criminal Minds episode. What's the #1 shipped item by Amazon? Boxes. What's the difference between a camera and a sock? A camera takes photos, and a sock takes 5. How does a redhead walk? Gingerly. What's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman? One's a superhero, the other's a command. What do you call a hooker with a runny nose? Full. Small boy is sent to bed by his father. 5 minutes later, "Dad." "What?" "I'm thirsty. Can you bring me a drink of water?" "No, you had your chance. Now lights out, young man." 5 minutes later, "Dad." "What?" "I'm thirsty. Can you please bring me a drink of water?" "I told you no, and if I have to ask you again, I'm going to spank you." 5 minutes later, "Dad, when you come up to spank me, can you please bring me a drink of water?"